Tonight, UGA's campus looks empty. Downtown Athens, same. Student housing, same thing. All because of one of the biggest games of the year.
Yeah, so when we were leaving the parking deck, I think it took at least 2 hours just to get out of there, so there's a lot of traffic.
Local farms, local food. We show you how that's creating a more sustainable world.
It is nice to know your farmers. It's nice to know where your food's coming from.
If you turn off your air conditioning to lower your electricity bill, you might want to stop. We'll tell you why.
That's one of the worst ways to save money because when you do use it, you end up using way more energy to cool or heat the house up or down.
This is Northeast Georgia's only local source for TV news. From the Grady College at the University of Georgia, this is Grady Newsource.
Good evening and welcome to Grady Newsource. I'm Francisco Guzman. Jacksonville will be abuzz with students this weekend in anticipation for the Georgia-Florida football game. But Athens, it's going to be a different story. Aaron Smay spoke to police and local businesses about what the weekend holds for them. Spoilers, it should be a quiet weekend, so long as you don't drive. Aaron?
Businesses and some students, and just from what everyone was telling me is the number one thing is that traffic will be atrocious today. If you have not left already, if you're not leaving tonight, it's recommended you leave tomorrow as soon as possible. And if you can see behind me, there is almost no one on campus right now. Most people who are leaving have already left. So yeah, campus is just super quiet. Steven Boxer is a bartender at South Bar. He does not have very high expectations for business this weekend.
We have like minimum staff tonight, and then this whole weekend we're actually closed. So we're expecting minimum sales. We're expecting it to be pretty much dead.
With students making their way to Jacksonville in preparation for the Georgia-Florida game this weekend, Athens businesses are expecting a huge decrease in foot traffic. However, local police are currently ramping up efforts in preparation to address traffic concerns.
The traffic will be very thoroughly packed through here, but it's pretty well managed through the traffic controls. Very rarely do we have to get out and actually manage it through, manual control with officers.
But while police may be busy directing traffic, some people are excited about the quiet weekend.
It's pretty dead. Most of the students leave on Thursday afternoon, and so it's honestly kind of nice just being able to walk around.
The demand for locally grown food has increased in recent years. A U.S. Department of Agriculture Economic Research report says that the food items are fresher, less processed, and retain more nutrition. Grady Newsource reporter Caroline Greger shows you how the local Athens food market provides fresh food, but also helps the environment.
It is nice to know your farmers. It's nice to know where your food's coming from.
The Athens Farmers Market connects local shoppers like Danny Miller and local food growers.
I have a lot. I've got arugula, carrots, squash, pumpkins, peppers. I try and shop for a week and a half-ish or so.
It provides people with a way to buy fresh food and support local farmers.
When you're buying here, you're supporting the livelihoods of people who could literally keep you alive in the face of a massive emergency nationwide. What if the highways get bombed out, or if there's a massive tornado or a big natural disaster in California? They're not going to bring food here. And so when you support farmers who are growing in your community, you stabilize the food source within your own community.
And that means less food traveling long distances on the highway.
I've worked at a grocery store, and I don't appreciate how much they throw away and how much is wasted, and how long it takes for the food to get to the grocery store. Like, it can be weeks, it can be sitting in a truck in a fridge for who knows how long.
And not only farmers can be found at the market.
I mean, not only is it giving the community access to local ingredients from, local and organic farms, it's providing those farmers with a source of income.
Thurman thinks that shopping at the farmers market is a healthier alternative to grocery stores.
The produce that's here is often harvested the same day.
And for Miller, knowing this is important.
I really like knowing that it's been picked fresh.
farmers markets affect those who choose to shop there and those who sell there. Grady Newsource reporter Tasia Harper shows you how farmers use these farmers markets to their advantage and yours.
Farming business is like any other business. It's kind of got its ups and downs, and it has business cycles.
Kent Wolf is an analyst for agribusiness at the University of Georgia, but this book in his hands hints at another love too.
I do actually farm too.
So he knows a thing or two about farming in Georgia.
For the most part, farmers are doing their thing and getting right along and still planting.
And a part of that success has to do with local farmers markets.
One of the great things about farmers markets, though, is that they provide a local outlet for smaller farmers that may not have a way to sell their produce or their livestock or whatever they're producing.
It also helps that Georgia is a very diverse agricultural state, growing a wide range of fruits, vegetables, and even livestock.
Interestingly enough, 2 or 3 of the counties up here in North Georgia are some of the largest ag counties in the state in terms of dollar value, just for the simple fact that they have a lot of broiler houses. We do a lot of poultry up here.
The farmers market not only has an impact on the farmer, it's a great experience for the public, both nutritionally and educationally.
In terms of quality, we produce a lot of great quality foods, but it also allows the consumer to kind of have access to the farmer. And one of the things that you'll notice if you go to farmers market is people are always asking the farmer a lot of questions about the rain or about the weather or about what's going on. So it's kind of a way for them to interact and kind of get back to their roots on where their food's coming from.
And the face behind it. Tasia Harper, Grady Newsource.
Tasia Harper also spoke with Kelly Thompson, the Certified Farmer Market Coordinator with the Georgia Farm Bureau. And she says that allowing farmers to sell straight to the consumer eliminates the middleman and allows them to make more money. These rainy days have made it difficult for Georgia officials to let the public know that the state is actually in a drought. Grady Newsource reporter Eric Solorzano has more on how early drought warning can prepare us for severe situations.
Not totally out of the drought just because we've had rain.
Now, if you take a look outside, there's rain and plenty of it. But in reality, Athens, along with 102 Georgia counties, are in a level 1 drought response.
We have conditions that favor a drought, so it requires us to be mindful of, being conscious of how we use our water and how we use our water resources.
The Georgia Environmental Protection Division is using the level 1 drought response as a public outreach campaign. There is no immediate danger to the public, and no, this won't affect the cost of your water bill. But officials encourage citizens to be mindful of their water usage, but it can be tough.
Save water if you can take a shower, if you can take 2 minutes off your shower, if you can wash a full load of dishes in the dishwasher compared to a half load. All these little things that we do add up.
If you'd like to learn more about how you can best conserve water, visit the Oconee County Water Resource webpage. As the weather gets colder, so do our homes. But when you crank up your heater, you might be cranking up your power bill too. So how do you stay warm without going broke? Grady Newsource reporter Kat Hendricks has some help for you.
Winter is coming, and so are higher power bills, especially if you follow some of the most popular advice around for supposedly keeping it low.
Don't turn off your heating and air if you're just trying to save money. That's one of the worst ways to save money.
That's right. Just like your coffee maker, your car, or even yourself, HVAC units run more efficiently when they have some time to warm up.
Take someone that's standing still versus someone that's already jogging, and you say go, but this person's already going. As soon as they go, they're already warmed up, ready to go. They're already moving. The harder you make them work at a shorter period of time, the more it'll do wear on them.
So if you're not supposed to turn your unit off when you're not using it, what can you do to keep your power bill low? Well, a lot. Close your curtains to help keep the warm air in and the cold air out. And when you do change the temperature indoors, make sure to only do so a couple degrees at a time. Ceiling fans are great at cooling off people, but they don't cool off rooms, so turn them off when you leave. Garcia recommends investing in a smart, energy-efficient unit like a Google Nest, but that there's a $5 trick that will work wonders.
When you don't change the filter out, it slows down the breathing, and it's almost like us. Like if someone's restricting our airflow, we're gonna struggle a lot more, and we're gonna burn more energy. We're gonna be off. Things are gonna be weird. Same thing with these units when they can't breathe. it ends up makes them overheat, makes them work harder, and your bills just go up from that point.
And it only takes about as long to change the filter as it does to walk to your AC unit. Kat Hendrick, Grady.
Now, if you want some extra tips and a little how-to video on how to clean your air filters, check out digital reporter Carly Reese at GradyNewsource.com. Up next, rain or shine, a local county celebrates its annual Halloween festival tonight. And a UGA student who's a drag queen performer shows you how she prepares for a Halloween drag show.
Okay, so we drowned the fire,
Yep.
stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made this vacation happen.
Double points with every purchase?
Cleverly merging promotions.
Love it.
Cross-referencing travel sites. And booking all your flights with those...
Vouchers. I got us bumped.
They were like, oh. But now they're like... Aloha. You aced this vacation. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Candy, costumes, and community. One local city puts on a trick-or-treat event today, rain or shine. Grady Newsource reporter Nixon Norman is live at the event in downtown Watkinsville with more.
Here at the trick-or-treat event in Oconee County today, there is more than 10,000 pieces of candy being handed out by the Oconee Visitor Center, the Courthouse, Parks and Rec, and the Eagle Tavern. And there's more. Local merchants and Watkinsville City Police are also out here. And speaking of the police, I'm here with Chief Brock and James, who's helping him pass out candy. Chief Brock, what is the importance of an event like this?
It's very important for law enforcement today for us to be seen in a different light than the kids normally see us that are portrayed in the media right now. And this is an opportunity for us to communicate and get that message out.
And James, what is your favorite part about coming to this event?
Just kind of seeing the new costumes and things I didn't see when I was a little bit younger, and I just really enjoy seeing just a lot of new faces and serving people. So.
And if you're celebrating Halloween tonight, be sure to stay safe and stay dry. Back to you, Francisco.
Struggling to get ready for Halloween tonight? We may have a few last-minute makeup tips for you. And they come from a real pro. Okay, actually, these tips will take you more than a few minutes to execute. Ashley Soriano explains from the Newsource Makeup Room.
My makeup collection is pretty small, but Alex Suarez has an entire bedroom and bathroom dedicated to her drag collection. She's a member of the Courtesans, a local drag troupe. I can manage to put on this eyeliner, but Alex Suarez takes the artistry of makeup to a whole new level.
You're literally painting your face.
Going from this to this takes a few tries, a few hours.
Even though it seems like everybody's doing it, it's still like a very niche art form. Because not everybody can be a drag queen. Not everybody can be a drag king. It takes a toll on you.
All this work is for these moments. For the last 2 years, many of Alex Suarez's weekends are spent on stage with the ladies from the Courtesans, a local drag troupe.
One of the biggest parts of being an artist is networking. Finding people who are doing a similar thing to you and, you know, kind of building that community.
From shaving to constructing eyebrows, Alex goes from a full-time University of Georgia art student to Alex, the drag performer. Doing Suarez's eyebrows takes the longest, but
once I rock out the eyebrows, though, everything else comes together pretty quick.
the process is called painting your face.
Building a new structure on your face.
Next is eyeshadow, the 2-year drag queen's favorite part of her makeup routine. And then it's contouring.
Pretty standard, like, drag nose. And you literally make an exclamation point.
If you don't know what contouring means, it's a makeup technique that uses cosmetics to define, enhance, and sculpt the structure of the face. It only took 3 hours, not including hair and attire. And then it's showtime. I'm Ashley Soriano, Grady Newsource.
Halloween may be over tonight, but the Courtesans, it's having its next drag show November 7th at 10:30 p.m. at Sister Louisa's Church Bar.
This is Tyler Metcalf, and coming up in sports, we're going to have to take a look at what the Georgia Bulldogs have to do against the Florida Gators this Saturday in football. Stay right here.
Hello.
Hi. I'm from Blue Hood Stone Barns. We brought a meal for you, and I'm here to serve it to you.
Okay, great. Come in.
Zucchini carbonara, made from zucchini that was harvested earlier this morning.
Again?
Hey, Dan Barber.
You have room for a little bit more?
Come on in.
Brochettes with sausage. So when we made that zucchini carbonara, you know, they're the end pieces of the zucchini, and then the cores that we cut away, not to mention zucchini flour. Usually those get thrown out. We use them to create an entire second dish. Does that, oh.
Again?
I'm here to bring you your third course. It's the vines from your zucchini.
We'll have a little zucchini stem pasta, a different experience of zucchini. When we start to think differently about our food, we can get a lot more out of it.
This is delicious.
What do you think we can make out of this? 40% of food in America is never eaten. Cook it, store it, share it. Visit SaveTheFood.com.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation.
America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Laughing too hard at one of your colleagues' jokes at the office party? He's not even funny. Warning sign, those drinks are probably going to your head. Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
I'm Tyler Metcalf, and this is sports. The Houston Astros fell to the Washington Nationals 6-2 in Game 7, ending an exciting World Series in Houston's very own Minute Maid Park. The Astros went up early and had a 2-0 lead into the 7th inning when Anthony Rendon and Howie Kendrick both hit home runs and pushed the Nationals up to a 3-2 lead. They followed up by scoring 1 run in the 8th and 2 runs in the 9th unanswered, leaving it with a final score of 6-2. The 6-1 Georgia Bulldogs faced the 7-1 Florida Gators this Saturday in neutral territory in Jacksonville, Florida. Due to Georgia's loss against South Carolina, this annual game is much more critical than it has been in the past few years, as this game will almost certainly determine who will get the bid for the SEC East to go to the SEC Championship. The UGA women's volleyball team advances to 7-0 with their latest win against the Arkansas Razorbacks, where they beat the Razorbacks by winning 3 sets in a row. Megan Donovan was a standout and recorded her 9th double-double of the season with 10 digs and 36 assists. Their next match is November 3rd against Tennessee.
I'm Kat Hendrick, and coming up next, I have everything you need to know for trick-or-treating weather tonight.
Hi, I'm Peter, and there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in! Help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ache than never. To learn more, visit SaveTheFood.com.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Attention travelers, next Tuesday a major power outage will cause complete chaos throughout the city. Food, water, and phone service will be in short supply. There will likely be panic citywide. Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
And now, the weather.
Welcome back to Grady Newsource. I'm Kat Hendrick here with today's weather. Starting out tonight, we're going to go over the forecast for today, as well as, of course, the Georgia-Florida weekend forecast if you happen to be going down to St. Simons or Jacksonville. So first of all, to get in the holiday spooky spirit, since your kids are going to be wearing costumes tonight, and we're talking about whether or not they need to wear a jacket, I got my cat ears. Get it? Because cat. Anyway, tonight it's going to be a little cloudy at 57, and it's going to drop down to 41 throughout the night, and it's going to start raining, but the rain should clear up at about 8 p.m. So by the time that it's dark outside and you guys are trick-or-treating, shouldn't have much to worry about. Okay, enough with the cat. Moving on to Athens tomorrow, it's going to start out pretty chilly at 38 degrees and move down to 58 as we get throughout the day, but at least it'll be sunny, so at least you won't have to worry about being cold and wet. It's kind of a one or the other situation. Moving on to the greater Athens area and the northeast Georgia area, we've got some flood warnings and some freeze warnings overnight tonight. So where you see one asterisk up here in Chattanooga, that means that it's just a freeze warning for tomorrow. But where you see two, that means that you are under a flood warning today and a freeze warning tomorrow morning. So make sure that you keep that in mind when you're out driving today. Moving on to tomorrow, it should warm up a little bit, getting warmest in Augusta down there at the corner at 63. Shouldn't have too much precipitation tomorrow. Should be a pretty clear week. So specifically for tonight, it's going to be partly cloudy, and the chance of showers is going to drop down significantly after about 8 p.m. at about 30%. We've got some northwest winds coming at 10 to 15 miles an hour, but we're going to get 30-mile-an-hour gusts. So make sure that you keep that in mind when you're dressing your kids up in their costumes. Low is going to be 34, so not freezing, but pretty dang close if you ask me. And then tomorrow, the high is going to be a nice 60. It's going to be sunny and less than 1% chance of precipitation. So make sure that you plan your outdoor activities for tomorrow. Go to the pumpkin patch one last time. Sure that there'll be a discount. 5-mile-an-hour winds. And then for the rest of your week, we've got mostly sunny skies with the exception of Monday and then some cloudiness on Tuesday. High is going to be 72 on Wednesday, and the highest low is even going to be on Wednesday too at 62. It's going to get pretty chilly out here at the beginning of the week, so keep that in mind as well. And then if you happen to be going down to St. Simons for Frat Beach later this week, make sure that you take appreciation of the fact that it's not going to be raining like it was last year. It's going to be mostly sunny. High is going to be 67, but there's going to be a little bit stronger winds, so keep on the lookout for that. And then finally, if you're going to go down to Jacksonville for the game, It's going to be mostly cloudy with a 20% chance of showers throughout the game. So bring your red and black umbrella, or I guess your orange and blue, whatever you need, and keep that in mind as you cheer on the Dogs or Gators. I'm Kat Hendrick. Thank you for watching Grady Newsource.
Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Is the seat supposed to be forward-facing or rear-facing? Did they move to a booster seat too soon? It may be too late to check when you're on the road. Fortunately, you're on the couch. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Don't think you know. Know you know.
I'm a single mother, and I was the main one working, so I never thought that I could go back to school, you know? My sister, my mother, everybody wanted to help me with my kids. I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90-mile-per-hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
That's all from us here at Grady Newsource tonight. I'm Francisco Guzman. Good night.
Grady Newsource is a student production of the Grady College of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of Georgia, which is solely responsible for its contents. Views expressed do not represent those of the administration nor the Board of Regents at the University System of Georgia.
What to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys, preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Wait. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where the cats go on vacation? New York.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Okay, everybody, welcome to our Halloween Thursday night post show. This show went spectacularly well, I have to say. We were incredibly understaffed, and you guys worked with us, and I really appreciate that. I also really appreciate my entire crew. We had about 3 volunteers today. We had 1 manager other than myself, and you guys worked with us. You moved that deadline up to 4:30, which helped so much. There were a couple of things that were late, but it was limited enough that we were able to work with it. And my biggest compliments on this show, I think it went fantastically, and I personally am really proud of it. Yeah, so that's everything that I have to say. Do you have anything you want to share?
No, I would just say thank you. You know, today, as Aaron Smy's package told us, it's a little quiet out there. And, you know, for our Newsource volunteers, you guys get credit for this course. Slow credit, bad credit, no, you get credit for this class. Our volunteers get great experience, but I think you have to be really mature to understand the value of that. And for them to be here today, to show up, I'm pretty proud of all of them. And it was just very gratifying to see them here. And you owe them a big thank you, because Sarah and I couldn't have, maybe she could have, I would have been useless. So I got the audio, here we go. So thank you very much, Sarah, to you and your team, and the commitment and the dedication that you have to this team.
Thank you. And then just one more shout out to my fantastic crew, because they worked so hard today and they did great. Okay, I'm done. Enjoy the rest of your post show. Happy Halloween.
Thank you. Same to you. Glad you didn't wear the witch's hat for the post. I know you did. All righty, so let's hear first from our TV producer, Alex Rios. So Alex, today different than Tuesday, or no, or?
First I want to say thank you, Sarah, because she wore multiple hats today. She was like all over the place. But anyways, was today different from yesterday?
No,
Yes.
Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday, yes. Why? I don't know. I feel like today was more like relax. I don't know, like the last couple minutes of every time before deadline, I feel like there's a lot of people running around. But today we didn't really have that. I think almost all the packages were dropped on time. I think I think 2 of them were dropped a little bit late. Maybe time management, I'm not really sure, but yeah. But I wrote a couple notes. Nixon did really nice work with the live shot. I know she's not in here right now, but something I would recommend that I got critiqued on one time is that if you're like interviewing people, like it's nice to acknowledge them. And it just kind of, like, she did a good job, but whenever you're interviewing people live especially, you have to like make sure you acknowledge them in some way and not just be like in front. But she did a really good job. Francisco, nice work in the anchor desk. I feel like today, even though you don't agree, I feel like today was better than Tuesday for visually. I don't know how it was, but visually it was like good. Tasia, thank you for bouncing up around, because like I know the first 2 stories that you pitched in the morning, nothing went. We weren't able to work on those, but good, like turning around and doing something completely different. And as a journalist, you get assignments all the time, and you just kind of have to become an expert. So nice work. Carly got 2 digital pieces up this week. Ashley, creative stand-up, nice work. Very good. Very good video quality at the drag show.
I hope this is on. Shout out to Alex, because she filmed that for me, and that was amazing and creative video skills that you implemented.
Yeah.
So that was all Alex.
Thank you is what you're looking for.
Okay. Thank you. And yeah, everyone, those were like the notes that I took right up, but everyone else did a really nice work. And yeah, just keep up the good work. And my recommendation for the producer next week is just being able to decide quickly and really fast, because sometimes like you're in there and you have to like have multiple plans backed up, like plan B and C. Like if it rains, what are you going to do with the live shot? Like, are you going to get the anchor to read what they were going to read? Just having like a backup plan all the time, and also being able to think quickly. Like especially if you time something, if your timing's a little bit off, just decide what you're going to do, and then like it might not be the right choice, but like it's important to decide quickly.
Yeah, make a choice.
Yeah.
And on Tuesdays, you know, I'm kind of right there in your ear and everything. On Thursdays, I sit back and go, oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, so Tuesday you have a little practice. What do I do? Thursday, it's like you have to make a decision.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right. So Aaron Smay is a bit of a star today, even though we didn't recognize him this morning. We've gotten used to him. Because he was digital producer, had to do Grady Daily, and then wound up having the lead story of the show. So Aaron, kudos to you. I thought you brought some nice characters in your show. I thought you had some good writing. I was actually taking a note while you were on, going, why are we live? If we're going to go live, we must reference our background. And as soon as I typed it, you said, you know, if you look behind me here, it's just dead or something like that. Yes, that is the reason for going live. There's no purpose in going live if we don't reference our surroundings and what's going on. So you did a nice job with that.
Thank you.
So talk a little bit about managing your multiple priorities today.
Yeah, so, I mean, well, I was planning what I was going to say. I didn't make too many observations today about my digital team. I know I was in contact with Tara just throughout the day. She wasn't here today, right? I mean,
right,
yeah,
she was out.
But she stayed in contact with me, though. She's still trying to get this digital piece out from Tuesday, which, you know, great job, right? Keep pushing it. Just because the day is over doesn't mean, you know, the news stops. You know, otherwise, Nixon was a fantastic outlet. She saved me from myself a couple times today, right? Just going out and I wanted to frame an interview this way, and she was like, no, that's stupid. It'll, you know, darken them up or whatever. But as far as like the multitasking went, I mean, we just kind of got through Grady Daily, and I wasn't really expecting to do a package, so I was halfway through Grady Daily, and it got dropped on me, and I just started. But, you know, it didn't get done without just a lot of help from the team. From Nixon, from, you know, Katie Kim was like in my ear, just how can I help the whole day. So, you know, kudos to her for that. But as far as it goes, Carly Reese was kind of scarce today in the newsroom, but she kept in contact with me the whole day, just about trying to keep me updated on her piece, which was fantastic, right? I think amongst the digital team, despite kind of being spread out today, we had very good communication, and I think that made us a lot stronger as a team. So,
did we? I know Carly came up to me at one point. I frankly don't know what time it was. We had an accident, and we had some streets blocked downtown, and I was very proud of how you guys kind of came together and said, oh my gosh, we had breaking news. We talked very quickly. What platform should this be on? What platform should this be on? Gee, we're 4 hours away from newscast. That's not the right platform. Is it Instagram? No, those are beauty shots. Is it IGTV? No, we told you it's not. So what is it? And somebody else, is it Twitter? Yes, it is. And then we got, I think, Francisco called and got the information really quickly. And, you know, time is of the essence and speed is of the essence, especially when something like that happens. You know, if I get a tweet and I'm a mile away and I can avoid the area, that's great. If we take too long and if it's been blocked for 30 minutes and we haven't let somebody know, you know, the expectation, you got to get with a tweet, with something that impacts people, get it up there fast, but what's more important than fast?
accurate.
Accurate. It's got to be right first. So I was real proud of how you guys called. I heard Tasia go, what are you calling them for? No, they don't do Rex, and he's out of town, and it's his birthday or whatever. You know, everything about her beat you ever wanted to know and were afraid to ask. Call so-and-so while she's over here editing on her package. So it was really good to see that teamwork.
Yeah, also big shouts to Ashley. I came in first thing in the morning, and you just sent me, you were like, this is what I want on social media. That's gold, right? You're basically just doing my job for me. So it was amazing. Thank you for that. You know, everyone should be as prepared. Of course, Caroline comes in with a whole package done, so.
Of course she does, and one on you guys.
Yeah,
Right,
and and a joke package on us, but which I actually still think we should put on social media. I think there's like merit on that, like just a meet the reporters kind of thing. I don't know.
We need to all be there, though.
That's perfect, right? The storytelling was like top notch. Making
Okay.
characters.
Okay, so let's circle back.
Yes, ma'am, Katie Kim.
All right, let's circle back to Katie Kim, our content manager and all-around boss.
I don't know why you think okay, never mind.
What? No, it's not that. But if you listen, everybody around here was like, Katie Kim was in my ear all day. Katie Kim said this. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
You stole what I was gonna say. I was gonna comment about like the accident. It wasn't like our biggest breaking news ever, but still, I really love that Francisco, Carly, you guys like just jumped on it and you were really willing to do it. And even things like that, you know, it's something that still impacts people around us, our community. So it's important to get that news out there. So thank you so much for being so fast on that. Yeah, thank you, Aaron, for making that switch over. I know it was really unexpected, but thank you so much. I was just really impressed with everyone this week in general because I feel like I moved people around a lot and moved people from being digital to TV to digital to whatever. And everyone did their job and everyone got the job done. So in my eyes, that's a win. So yeah, thank you so much for a great week.
Okay, so a couple of notes. All of you, it's time to stop wringing our hands. When we're in live shots or when we're anchoring or when we're just generally doing anything, we're better about it. But if you guys could all just kind of be conscious of that. If you're on a desk, this is a little thing, and I can't tell you how glad I am to be. I have no place to clip this, okay? I can't tell you how glad I am not to be talking about great big giant things, although there is one, and I will get to it in a moment. But this is a performance issue. So when you're on the desk, you know, you want to do this, and it creates a barrier. Don't do it. You don't need to do it. You guys have got some cred now. If you don't believe me, go back and look at some of your work at the beginning of the semester. Have y'all done that yet? What do you think, Kat? Get your microphone.
It's terrifying and reassuring at these days.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Terrifying because, but reassuring because you can really see not just baby steps, but really big incremental steps that you're making. I'm really proud of that. So, but the devil's in the details. So let's get the details right. So with your hands, don't let them be a barrier. It's just fear factor, okay? You know, keep them down by your side and keep your elbows in. And you can use them to speak. And don't do T-Rex, you know, what I call T-Rex hands. Rah, okay? So, and you can have them splay out a little bit. Just keep your elbows in. And feel free to use them while you're talking if you want to make a point, okay? And you can do this and you can open up, blah, blah, blah. Kat, I liked what you did with the cat ears today. You know, and I like the fact that you did not rush. You know, did y'all see her in the weather? So she's putting these cat ears on. It's Halloween this year. Halloween forecast is really important to you now. And then she made a deliberate, and I'm taking them off and I'm putting, the normal, you know, we feel so uncomfortable. You feel just sort of exposed when you're on there on television. You just kind of just hurry up and get through this. Don't look at me, please. But Kat owned the moment, and she said, okay, so I'm going to take these off, put them right here. There was nothing surreptitious and nothing embarrassing, like, okay, let me take them off now. So you know, be intentional with everything. And that means you don't need to hide behind your hands. Really think about that. One of the ways to kind of get around that when you first learn to use your hands is you have to put your palms flat on the desk. That'll help you a lot. And it feels weird. But if you can do that, and if you can get that discipline, then you become intentional about how you use them. Because television's that medium, video is that medium, where it's just you on the screen, just big old head floating there, you know, with some hands. And so even the smallest movement can be magnified. I would say that when you're live or you're doing weather, an interesting movement, this is such a minor, this is like detail to the nth degree. But if you want to emphasize something, and you feel, sometimes you're doing a live shot, there's a lot of noise, you feel like you're screaming. If you want to emphasize something, because of how television works and the depth of field, you can literally take a step up, rock forward, and you get pretty big in the lens. And you can rock back. So you can say, if Kat's doing the weather, she can say, and yada, 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 yada. Put on these cat ears. This is the forecast that you care about for right now. Halloween, blah, blah, blah. Don't get run over. You know, don't let your kids eat too much candy, and it's going to be wet, bring an umbrella, step back, take your ears off. So your physical self can be an emphasis. Make sense? Okay. So I'm happy to be doing little touches like that that can help you as you get more comfortable with performance. Something else you're more comfortable with. I'm enjoying this a lot more because this is the part of the semester that I really love, because you guys have grown in your skills, grown in your confidence, grown in your ability to where we're not speeding everything with, like, you know, well, you didn't say anything untruthful. You know, our standard, the gold standard, everything must be truthful, everything must be accurate, everything must be fact, everything must be attributed. That's a must, that's it, that's all. And we spend an awful lot of time where we get that and we don't get to get with the storytelling. But I'm able to do that a lot more with you and have you go back 2 and 3 times. And that's a lot of fun. And what I'm seeing, though, the reason I'm able to do that is because you all are putting your first things together so much more efficiently, and you're learning, wow, if I take a look at my sound bites, I can drive the narrative of my story. I can have a true narrative arc. If I tell the story through character, through impact on other human beings, and I perceive, and you guys can tell me otherwise, that this is becoming more natural for you. And it will become a way where you won't think about, you won't be able to tell a story any other way. I was particularly happy to see you do that today. I think you did a really nice job with that, and I like the little surprise character you had at the end with the lady from the coffee place. Eric, you've never come in that late and been able to get it all together because it's hard, but you did because you are now making that decision to follow your sound bites. And today you even had a challenge. So Ashley, I enjoyed your work. Ashley and some of the others, guys, you want to work on the audio. I think you went back a couple of times to try to amp the audio up. Kat, we're gonna have to sit down and let's have a I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 minutes on Tuesday morning, because that's getting a new way. Some of this work is good, and I can tell you, at this point in the semester, your work gets incrementally better, not in just baby ways, but in big ways. You know, you'll see big improvement. You don't want the audio like some ball and chain. You're going to have stories where you're going to just go, why? Oh, no, people didn't hear it, and he said something, you know, that would save the world. Okay, that's a little dramatic, but still. Okay, yes.
So we were told to put the max peak at -12, and I think we're doing that, but and that's fine. Like, if that's what everyone's changing it to, but you have to actually watch it and make sure that it's turning yellow and peaking, because if you set it to -12, it doesn't do it. You have to it's like -9. Like,
so one thing, like, there are a few things that make that happen. One thing is, like, in your soundbite, if you have just like a split second of some sort of loud noise, that's gonna register. So everything's gonna be pushed based on that sound. So even if you have a split second of like something that's peaking at like 5, if you put that to -12, everything else is gonna go to like -30. Yeah, so you have to make sure that you're really checking those.
Yeah.
And you cannot check it orally, you guys. You've got to look at your view meters.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they still call it view meter on that. Do they? Okay, they still call it view meter. Thank goodness. Yeah, your audio meters.
Or there's this one thing, whenever you're selecting more than one clip, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Instead of setting them to max peak, because like you said, it's going to pick the max peak, you click all peaks, and then it goes into individual ones. It took me forever, like 30 million times, to remember do all instead of max, but that's how you do that.
Yeah, and if your audio is too low and like you raise it all the way in like Premiere, like a trick to getting your audio to come up is just copy and paste that clip or the audio file and just double them up. So like the more you double them, it'll raise it. And you won't lose any like fidelity.
You don't lose any clarity in the audio? Because I've not done that.
Unless you put a lot, but like if you like, you need to go up like 2, or it's like a little bit too small. If you copy and paste it, then it'll like, dump a little bit. Like the more it's obviously gonna lose. The more clips, but like if you do like 2 or 3, it'll work pretty well.
So I think, the most important thing, I always talk about that fruit of the poisonous tree. When you shoot your video, make sure people are mic'd. Make sure you've got the mic close to their mouth. Make sure you're in the right channels, et cetera. That's really important, okay? So let's get the audio right next week. Let's use those view meters. Nixon, thank you for reminding us of all that was important. Nixon, one of the things I mentioned while you were gone was about Aaron's live shot, about when you're live, recognizing and acknowledging your surroundings. And I think Alex said, if you've got people just standing there, well, you say it. You said it better than me.
Basically, I said just like acknowledge, like what you're
Like before,
around. Like
yeah.
don't stand in front of them and like it was like you did a really good job, but
With the cop or the people walking behind?
with the cop, the people that you interviewed.
And then I would say later with the people walking behind.
Sure, I agree with both your things. I looked back at it after I did and even during the live shot, I realized he was kind of still trying to pay attention to the people in costumes behind me, and it was either kind of let it happen or be like, hey, turn around. So it was something that was kind of not in my control, but I agree. It's maybe inform them better.
Yeah, so here's something. So when you were talking to him,
right?
So you used your downstage hand,
I
so you
know.
kind of cover up.
I realized
but
that
it also
midway.
it lets him go backwards. You know, if you're using this hand,
yeah,
you get to step back here.
Right.
No, he's not looking back there. He's kind of
Right.
got to look at you, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Because I'm right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that. Sure. Yeah, I don't know. They were kind of framing up the thing, but definitely I realized that afterwards, and I was kind of like,
You control people. I mean, you're not going to be shoving people around.
Right.
That's really not what we do there. But you can, you know, a little half a step can be magic.
Mhm.
You know, because he's kind of looking this way, and so you step in his line of sight.
Right.
You know, it's that old adage about I can control no one else but myself.
Yeah.
But my action does force an action on somebody else's part.
and like not even making excuses for myself because I don't care to do that. But like, I guess I was just in the mindset of like, do not move from your spot. So it was like a lot of things going on. And
well,
like I said, looking back, I was like,
that's what this course is about.
Right.
It's why we don't do news source. Like, okay, you have news source. You'll all be in one day. You'll be fabulous, and then we'll all go home. Yeah, it won't work that way. Let me got a couple of more things. Get it together with audio. Live shot, acknowledge people. Right from sound. You cannot check it orally if you guys. Yeah, view meters. Okay, so those were the big things. I will say you've come a long way. So I really would like to hear, you know, from you guys. Again, really important. What did you learn? What you like about what you did that you want to do again? And what gives you the, oh man. So Nixon, let's start with you. If you want to belabor your old man again.
of course.
tell us what you
No
like.
blaming him. It was me. I enjoyed today helping out. I don't get to do that every day. Sometimes it's just me, independent, and we all know that. But I enjoyed like getting SOTs for other people's work. It wasn't like, oh, well, I want to keep this for myself. It was nice doing it. And then I really enjoyed helping out I always want to say that, Aaron today. So really just kind of being able to be in a helping position instead of like doing everything myself, that was really awesome. And then something I'd like to work on is kind of what we were just talking about, literally. Like you said, I remember you saying something about having an upstage hand, and in the middle of me having it, I was like, oh God, this is not my upstage hand. Yeah. So definitely kind of, I guess, thinking about those technicalities a little bit more beforehand. And so, yeah, honestly, today was really great.
So we did something
me
a little
personally.
different today in that we're trying, and, you know, I'm really happy about the teamship that you guys have built. It's fun to see you guys, you know, go bowling. I think that's great. And it's good that you get used to that, because when you're in the news business, those are the only people that are, hey, you want to go bowling at 2 a.m.? Yeah, I'll just be getting off. It'll be awesome. You know, no, I have to work the morning shift. I'll be going in and producing. So, you know, those are the people that kind of have your weird hours. So today, we did a little bit of teaming. We had Uber Carly. Yes, and digital/Uber Carly. But I think one thing that happens when you're with a team, you're not just circling around the drain of your own mistakes. What did you guys learn from each other, Aaron and Nixon? What did you learn from Nixon, and what did you learn from Aaron?
Yeah, so as good as I think I am just approaching people, Nixon is fearless. She, you know, I was just meandering around, and I was still kind of panicked at this point because I was like, oh God, like last minute package.
Is it 6 hours early or 5? No, I'm kidding. Please go ahead.
It was actually, yeah, I had ample time. But Nixon, yeah, I mean, she would just kind of approach people. She kept me calm, but like, she saved me from myself on a couple occasions where I was like, well, no, what if we framed an interview like this? She was like, no, like it'll wash them out, like it'll mess up the color, like we may get too much sound pollution. So there were a couple times where she really saved me from myself just from making bad editorial decisions.
Will there be things that you do different by virtue of what you learned from Nixon today, or no?
Yes, yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of it was technical, small things. You know,
which can turn into big.
Exactly, exactly. Just make me a more stable journalist myself. Because yeah, I mean, it was a collection of very small but very important technical things that she kind of helped me work through, which is big.
And how about you, Nixon?
And I'm shocked that you said I kept you calm, because that's actually kind of what I was going to touch on there. I, as annoyed or however you felt about anything today, about any of the perseverance we faced, you always keep a really calm manner about you, and that's something I am actively working on. So that was something that I kind of learned from him today. Like, yeah, it might all be going to the crapper, but you know what? And it wasn't. But in moments in this newsroom, it does happen like that, and it's just like you can't freak out. So like it's just more of a like, keep calm, learn. You know, I learned from that. Yeah. And Aaron's always positive anyway. He's always uplifting everybody when you can tell they're in a rut. So.
All right. So, Carly, you know, just there. I don't know enough about sports show, but there's some award they give to people that are just kind of everywhere. I don't know. You're the sport. I don't know. I thought it was going to be like some MVP? Maybe that's it. Yeah, I think. But we had several MVPs today. But it was you were pretty awesome MVP. Was there anything you picked up, or anything that you shared, or anything you're going to take with you?
I think this whole week I realized I like working with other people instead of working by myself. So like if I'm going out to shoot something, I like having another person there to like bounce ideas off of and kind of collaborate. So I think if we could do more in this class, I think it would be very beneficial.
I agree with you. And I haven't wanted you all to do that because that's not the reality you're going to face when you get out of here. However, we're all better together, right? Our strengths are magnified when we're with other people, and other people magnify our strengths and help us compensate for weaknesses. Nobody has absolutely everything. So it makes teams so great. But at this point in the semester, I do want to see you guys teaming up more, because I do think you're at a point where you can pick up things much more quickly from one another, and you can bounce ideas out. I think I'm not getting some of the creativity I want to see, not because you're just figuring out how to write sound bites and video, but because I think Solo today says to me, he goes, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and there was such a lack of surety in your voice, and I felt you were like surprised when I said, yeah, dude, it'll be fine, it'll be great. But, I don't want you all surprised. I want you guys to, how you can be strong. I'm going to do this, can't control, hate it. We don't care, we're together. It'll be fine, right? It helps with moral support. So I would love to see you guys do that. Now, if you're going to do that, you understand, as a team, you have this news hole to fill. It can't be, we're going as a team, and we just only had time for the one package because we couldn't get over to the other interview. It takes some more planning to work like that. So for every yin, there's a yang. If you're going to get this, if you're going to have this team shit and these creative juices going back and forth, this ideation, and then help with shooting, there's a price to pay, because you got to go to your interviews, and you got to go to your interviews, and then you got to go to yours, and you got to go to yours. So be ready for that. I think you guys are. And if you want to do that, part of the conversation might be, here's some cool stories for Tuesday. What if I did this angle? Today we saw Tasia and Caroline. Caroline did a story, and then we were casting about for a story, and we said, well, you know what? What if we put Tasia on this, and Tasia did as Tasia always does. She goes, I got this. And then she has it. So, yeah, so I would like to see you guys work together more. All right. Eric.
For me, today was a great learning experience in the fact that there are going to be situations as for us as journalists to really ask those hard questions and to really press people for answers that seems like it might be too forceful. Me and you had that conversation where it's like, okay, things are not making sense. But in my mind, like I just saw something not making sense with like elected officials or like officials just telling me, this is one thing, and I'm thinking, okay, that makes no sense, so why is this happening? But at that moment, that wasn't my immediate reaction. It was literally hang up the call and then being like, oh, wait, I should have asked him this question. So I think in that, being able to recognize when you have to ask those hardline questions.